Test, 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 test. Hello guys, can you hear me? I'm gonna wait for some responses because the last AMA I was talking for about 10 minutes before I noticed nobody can hear me. Okay, great. We're just waiting for our host, Veronica. She'll be the one managing the videos to share with you. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for them, I don't know what you guys thought about the BURN2ACCESS event. It's an initiative that we tried out for the first time that we think was quite successful. We're very happy with the numbers. So we're going to set that as a more recurring initiative, especially for all Pineapple Express launches. And if we aim to launch about one a month, we can burn about 1 million tokens. We end up burning quite a significant amount of tokens, making it deflationary. So very excited about that. And we're going to be revealing the winners. We obviously mentioned that the top burner will automatically get a whitelist spot. And then we will pick, we won't pick, it's a random selection. I'll share my screen and it will select randomly from the CSV file who the 4 winners will be. There's going to be 1 winner maximum per wallet. And yeah, can't wait for that. So after that, guys, make sure to keep tuned because I'm going to reveal something else. Actually, 2 things, right? Yeah, 2 things I believe I'm going to reveal this time. Actually, it was supposed to be 1, but I think I'm going to reveal 2 things. One of them is going to be another burn initiative, how we're going to allow people to burn even more PAPPLE tokens for something completely different. You know, it's not going to be lottery based. I don't want to say too much. So yeah, that will be in the end of the video. I'm going to keep it also very short, 30 minutes maximum, right? I don't want to waste you guys' time too much listening with me rambling on. I'm just waiting for Veronica. Spit it out. Yeah, I'll spit it soon, mate. I'll spit it soon. Give it 10 minutes. Veronica, where are you at?
Yeah, I'm here. We can see you. You can show your screen.
Okay, perfect. Is there a video you want to show first or no?
Yeah, sure. I can show a video how to join the launch.
Okay, no, let's leave that in the beginning. I want to just share my screen soon, but before I want to share my screen, obviously, thanks everybody for joining in. That gave us as well 3-4 minutes to allow everybody to join in. It's 4 past. Super excited about the MotionDEV launch. I know we've been teasing it a lot, but you guys are going to be seeing them a lot across our partnerships, such as Polaris. You're going to be seeing them soon on a few big screens as well. Very good project, very strong team. Super excited about them. And before we dive in, the first thing I wanted to announce is the official TG, right? So I know people have been asking us, is it going to be this month? Is it going to be the beginning of the month? Someone is even having a baby. So he was like, I hope it's not in the end of the month. Congratulations to you. And unfortunately, it will be the end of the month. I hope you have time to enter the whitelist. We're going to launch the MotionDEV, the MDEV token on November the 25th at 3 p.m. UTC, only on Pineapple Express. So it's not going to be anywhere else other than Pineapple Express. This will give us about 22 days more to do a lot of things to make sure that the community understands how the whitelist works. Even though we have documents, I feel like there's still a lot of educating to do. So there's going to be ample time to do that. So I don't want people to be like panicking and thinking, how do I set this up? How do I set that up? We're going to really use November to kind of educate people and get people really into this, and making sure that essentially Pineapple Express launch, the first one, which is MDEV, is going to be a huge success. So we're really laser focused on that, while obviously focusing on other products. So we have a huge couple of weeks ahead to bring new eyes to MotionDEV beyond the Pineapple community. And one of them was obviously BURN2ACCESS. So I want to explain a little bit about BURN2ACCESS. We already shared materials on our page, so people can really go and kind of figure out what it is. But just to give you, and we will share the links on the bottom as well. If you are one of the winners, or you want to kind of understand it more, even if you aren't a winner for the next time, feel free to check that. But if, in short, what it did allow you, it allowed you to enter a raffle system, which we're going to draw very, very shortly within the next 4 to 5 minutes. Every 1,000 PAPPLE tokens was essentially allowing you to get one raffle ticket, and we're going to allow 4 people to get a whitelist spot. So let me actually share my screen. Present. Okay. Share screen, present. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Okay, I think people can see my screen. Do stop me, Veronica, if they can't. So BURN2ACCESS, 1,000 PAPPLE for entry cost per ticket. Here we can see that there's going to be 5 whitelists, but as we said, the first person will win a whitelist automatically. So congratulations to the person with this wallet ending 7262, burned 105,000 tokens, which is quite a good amount of tokens. So now we're going to have all other people here that can win, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going, and we waited to the last minute, guys, because we literally just finished 5 minutes ago the entry point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to download the CSV file, and I can actually share this tab as well here. I can share this tab instead. So these are all the entry points. This is what our developers have created, you know, just to show you guys as well that we're not like trying to make other people win or cheat. You know, these are all the entry points. As you can see, that it starts from the top. So this guy has 100 entries, and then the next one will have 90 entries, I believe. Yeah, here 90, and it goes down and down. These are all the entry points. Okay, so I'm going to download the CSV file now. Gonna open that. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to have to, and I asked our developers to do that, but you know, it was such an easy thing that I said, you know what, I'll just do it myself. I'm going to have to remove the first person because he's already won, right? So I'm gonna remove that person off the CSV file. That's 105 entries gone. Okay. All righty. Give me a second, guys. I'm on my laptop as I'm traveling right now, and it's not really easy when you're used to working on a desk. Try and navigate with a very small keyboard here. That's gone. Okay, delete selected rows. I'm gonna have to save it as live draw event. My desktop works, and make sure it's actually downloading as a CSV file. Okay, save. Very good. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Let me share this quite boring looking draw event, but it does the job, right? It does the job here. Share this tab instead. Okay, I'm going to now live draw event. Open. Okay, I think it didn't do it properly, so I'm gonna include the first person with this as well. And if the first person wins, I'm just gonna draw again. Recent price draw. Address, number of winners. We're gonna have 4 winners, guys. Let me actually double check if you guys can all see this. Okay, you guys can all see this. Sorry guys, I prepared with the CSV file and everything, but as I'm live now, I don't want to kind of take it too long. I'm just gonna do it this way. So 4 winners, maximum wins per entry. It's gonna be 1. Okay, perfect. This is a seed. I don't know. This is something, nothing to do with us. And we're going to select the winners now. Now, all I'm going to have to do is make sure that if the first person, which is ending at 7262, wins, I'm going to draw again with 1 winner, right? So select winners. There you go. We have the results. To make it a little bit more exciting, I'm going to reveal 1 at a time, right? So the first winner would be this wallet, ending with E472, starting at 0x4870. So I'm going to share that actually after the call with our marketing team. They're going to announce that, right? If you're the winner, congratulations. You should probably know that it's your wallet. If you're not the winner, let's see who the next one is. The next one would be this one. 20 entries, actually, I think this person. So quite lucky as well. 0x69, ending at 8B7. Congratulations to you. Now the third winner would be boom, 2929, 0x7B. You won a whitelist spot as well. Congratulations to you. And the last winner, quite surprising actually. I would have thought that the top one would have been one of the selected ones, but good it didn't, so I didn't actually have to read everything and select another winner. Boom, 0x838E08. Now, congratulations to everybody. I really want to double check if this person actually just had 1 entry ticket, because if he did, he's a very lucky person. Let's search. No, he actually had 87 entries. Okay, this raffle thing just showed me entry number 1. I guess that's one of the 87 entries. Okay, guys, these are the 4 winners. I'm going to share that with the marketing team now, right? Here, and I'm going to share that with Veronica, you too, just so you have it. We're going to announce that very, very soon. And I'm going to keep that open for now while I'm talking. And obviously then we have the first person, which is the wallet that is ending with, you can go into the BURN2 dashboard. You can see that the number 1 will have 1 already. So congratulations to all of you for winning that. Do we want to share, Veronica, now what the kind of whitelist really means and how to, or do we want to do that in the end?
Yeah, we can show it right now.
Okay, let me stop sharing then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Ready to catch the first Pineapple Express launch? Buckle up. Here's how to jump on the whitelist. A whitelist spot gives your wallet early access to buy tokens, 3 minutes before everyone else. Whitelist holders get in first at the lowest market cap. Even a small allocation can grow fast as the project takes off. Each spot has a max limit, keeping things fair, making whitelist access one of the most valuable PAPPLE perks. 3 ways to board the Express. Stake PAPPLE. Top tiers get guaranteed spots. Burn PAPPLE. 1,000 burn per raffle ticket. Join campaigns and quests. Your hustle earns bonus chances. When a launch is announced, keep an eye on Pineapple's official channels. The contract address drops 30 minutes before launch. Make sure you've got ETH ready for gas and your buy. Once liquidity is added, the whitelist window opens. You've got 3 minutes to buy before the public rushes in. When the 3-minute window ends, trading opens to everyone. Buy and sell taxes start higher, then gradually drop to 5% as the market stabilizes. Whitelist spots give you the edge. Early access, fair entry, and serious upside potential. Stake, burn, and engage to secure your seat on the Pineapple Express.
Thank you very much, Veronica. So this is a video that we shared already earlier, but just in case you guys didn't see. So I'm going to share my screen while I'm talking here as well. So as we said, there was 812,280 tokens burned across 811 entries. Now, we did say that we're going to match the number one, but what we actually decided as well is we will actually match the exact burn here. So we're going to double that, meaning we're going to burn just above 1.6 million tokens, right? Just to kind of get this deflationary mechanism started, which I think is quite powerful. Excuse me. And this is just the start for PAPPLE's deflationary journey, guys. We have a very big event happening closer towards the end of the month, roughly about a week's time from now, I would say, is when we're going to launch that. And I think I should actually mention, should I? Yes, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to, we created something which we thought, how can we actually allow more deflationary mechanism to PAPPLE, right? And obviously the first one was BURN2ACCESS, which I think gave a quite nice way for people to feel a bit more engaged, you know, have a little bit of fun, you know, 1,000 tokens wasn't that much anyway. So we said, let's keep it accessible, right? That's why we call it BURN2ACCESS. Now, what we're going to actually launch next week is something called a burn to earn. And this is going to be far from burning your tokens for a lottery spot on MDEV. And this really allows users to enter into the MDEV ecosystem, right? The people that even believe in our first launch, but might not have whitelist spots, or you burn tokens and unfortunately you weren't a winner. You can burn tokens to earn MDEV token, MotionDEV tokens when it's TGE, and these will be airdropped to you. So you don't get a whitelist spot. You don't have to sit there. You don't have to snipe or buy the token and do all of this. You burn your tokens, you get MDEV tokens, right? Obviously, we had to cap it, and we had to set some limitations to it, right? So just let me just make sure I have the right amount. So how does it work? The participation mechanics is you burn PAPPLE tokens, and you get a 1-to-3 ratio of MDEV tokens, meaning that every PAPPLE token you burn, you get 3 MDEV tokens, which I think is super powerful, as essentially you get MDEV tokens at 1/3 of the market cap than Pineapple is, right? And with the whole market dropping at the state, it's even cheaper than we first thought about it. So we're super excited about that. There's going to be a cap of 4.5 million PAPPLE that can be burned. That's 0.45% supply, which is huge, right? And we're going to allow 25,000 PAPPLE tokens per wallet, which means that 180 participants are allowed to enter. Now, what's important, guys, to note is that you are allowed to have multiple entries, but you can't do that with one wallet. So you're going to send, you're going to burn tokens just the way you did with the BURN2ACCESS, where you have to send PAPPLE tokens to the wallet on the page. And we're going to change that BURN2ACCESS page to reflect more towards the burn to earn page. But please ensure that, and remember that if you, for example, want 2 tickets, it's going to cost you 50,000 PAPPLE. Don't burn them within one wallet, because you're still only going to get the maximum of 25,000 PAPPLE, which essentially is going to get you 75,000 MDEV tokens, because MotionDEV has the same total supply than us, 1 billion. It's going to be 1-to-1 ratio. So you can go less. You don't have to burn 25. If you want, you can burn, 200 PAPPLE. You get 600 MDEV. It really allows everybody to join that wasn't able to join because you don't have a whitelist, you haven't staked, And you can, by the way, still stake and enter and get a whitelist spot. But if you were really interested to win a whitelist spot through the BURN2ACCESS and you didn't win, now is your chance to guaranteed get MDEV tokens. And I think this is super, super powerful. And if we manage to get the 0.45% supply, which is 4.5 million, couple that with the 1.6 million tokens that we've already burned, we've got about 5 million tokens that, more than 5 million now. Sorry, 6 million tokens. My math is not mathing up right now. So 6 million tokens, almost 1% supply, and we're going to try to achieve something similar to 0.5% per Pineapple Express launch, which essentially will get us to burn about 5 to 6% of supply per year just through our Pineapple Express product, right? This is not including all the other revenue that we might use for buybacks and burns. So very, very excited about that. If you want to qualify for a whitelist, you can still do that. As I said, up to the last 24 hours before the 25th. This is where we're going to start cutting it off and doing snapshots. And you have a few ways, right? We had the burn PAPPLE, which is the BURN2ACCESS. That's over, right? Congratulations to the 5 people that got a whitelist spot. You can stake PAPPLE in the inner circle, which allows you to get 1 whitelist spot, or you can stake to get Penthouse Elite to get 3 whitelist spots, other than all the other lotteries. Now, of course, if you're below inner circle, and you can go staking.pineappledex.com to see all the benefits. Then there's going to be another lottery closer to the 25th, but we're also going to do a live draw for the lower 2 tiers, and they're also going to win whitelist spots. So you can still win there, but if you want to get guaranteed, you're going to have to be inner circle or whitelist spots, or there's going to be quests that you can complete. That's completely to the marketing side. I won't be talking too much about that. Then there is going to be a optional OTC desk. This one, we're going to release documentation about it very soon. Essentially, what the OTC desk is to allow people that have whitelist spots to sell them on to people that don't have whitelist spots. You might have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whitelist spots because you stake multiple times, and you say, I don't want too many, I want this many, or I can't actually utilize the whitelist spot because it's this time at my country, or I'm traveling, or there's an emergency. The guy that's having a baby, I hope everything's healthy, and congratulations again to you for having that. If it kind of isn't for you, you can sell it. And then for the people that actually want to get the whitelist spots but can't stake, or staked and have whitelist spots, or want more whitelist spots, you can also buy from people that are 1XL. So it really allows people to buy and sell, and creates a whole kind of dynamic where we have an OTC desk, and these whitelist spots suddenly, almost like NFTs, start having value, right? Because if you sell a whitelist spot, whatever you sold it for, essentially the value of the whitelist spot is what the market rate is, and like what people are willing to pay for it. So this is something that's I think is super, super nice for people that have whitelist spots and people that don't. Now, preparing for launch, that I wanted to discuss how to prepare for launch, but I think I'm going to do that a bit closer to the date because we have 22 days left. I don't want this to go on for too long. It's essentially very easy, right? Like when we TGE, for example, we said 3 p.m. UTC on the 25th, you will have 3 minutes time, just like the video said, to buy. And then you can use sniper bots, or you can go on our decks and buy the token. And by the way, it's not going to work on other decks like Uniswap, right? Just to let you know. Obviously, you can buy from any decks, but there's going to be certain mechanics that doesn't allow you to buy it through Uniswap because they have something that doesn't allow that, So you either can buy it through Pineapple decks, our decks, or you can buy it through Telegram bots, like sniper bots, right? 3 minutes to buy it, that's your whitelist done, and then it's open to public, easy as that. Now, whitelist spots, what are whitelist spots? There's something that allows you to buy in the first 3 minutes. You're allowed to buy 0.05% of the total supply, right? So because it's a billion total supply, just like Pineapple, every whitelist allows you to buy, let me make sure I say this right, because I messed this up one time. You're allowed to buy 500,000 tokens. Okay, so just how 500,000 PAPPLE tokens, you would be able to buy 500,000 MDEV tokens. If you're an elite staker, you have 3 whitelists, you get to buy 3 times that. So you get to buy 1.5 million tokens. Okay, that's how it's going to be. First come, first serve. Market cap is going to be super, super low to really kind of give value to the whitelist earners. After the 3 minutes, it's still going to be quite a fair launch model because it's still going to be cheap. There is no VCs, there is no fundraising. The token is not inflationary. It's not going to people that are bad actors or people that are willing to dump. It's really our best holders that get that spot, and then our broader community. And I'm very, very excited about the MotionDEV launch. And then there's going to be another AMA I'm going to do closer to that launch, where I'm going to really spend a whole hour explaining in detail. I'm going to look at the chat then as well and really answer people like very rapidly, because I know many people are listening, and sometimes we get people asking us, and I know you can't be in every community. Maybe you invest in 20, 30 projects and you can't be in every community. So sometimes I feel like we're answering to one person and it's only visible to a few. Whereas we want to make an AMA, I'll keep it an hour long. I'll really explain everything in detail, and hopefully everyone has visibility to that. That's going to be closer to the launch. Now, to finalize, guys, because I did say it's going to be a 30-minute call, I don't want to stretch this out too long. I want to tease a little bit what's next. So we have done the event now. I've announced the burn to earn, right, which is coming next week, and explain how that's going to work. Any questions, feel free to ask us in the community, guys. If you're a Mansion member, you obviously can chat in the community or chat in the Mansion, whatever you prefer. We've also announced the date of the MotionDEV, 25th of the November. So 3 things we've done. I think that within 30 minutes, that's actually quite a good time. I'm quite happy with that. Let me actually, I've just realized I'm still sharing the screen, so I think my face is quite small. Okay, so just the last couple of minutes, I want to kind of let you guys know that, you know, we have now, I'm getting a marketing message saying, "Oh, we should have announced burn to earn next week," because I know sometimes marketing is like they have everything planned, but you know, sometimes I'm thinking like, let's just say it, and so I think it was a good time to say it now. Now, beyond the MotionDEV launch, guys, we've got a huge amount in the pipeline. I know people are asking, some of them, like, what's happening to the token, and people are very focused on the token, but we as a broader organization, we're more focused on product wise, right? Obviously market's not looking great, but I think this is the right time for projects that are serious to continue building, you know, so when the market gets better, we excel and really exponentially grow compared to projects that have taken a bit of a stance. We're not pressing the brakes, we're going faster and faster and always looking at ways to have the token more deflationary, right? Create more revenue, all that sort of stuff. We're working on the DEX. We're going to have something super exciting on the DEX. And the first one is going to be an OTC desk. I know many people have asked and said, you know, we should have something like that. So what the OTC desk will allow you to do is it will allow you to go into our DEX. It will allow you to sell any tokens, right? Create a OTC pool. You will avoid the taxation, you will avoid the slippage, you will avoid all of that. It's going to be on market conditions. So if the price is $1 for a token and you want to sell 1,000 tokens, someone else can go and buy it without having to buy it through the LP pool, right? So that's going to come very, very soon. And it's really built for traders who want to move serious size with zero slippage, right? If you're going to want to trade maybe $200, $500, maybe it's not a big difference, $1, $2, it's not. But if you want to like sell something like 20, 30 grand, right? And you don't want to tank the token's chart and price, and you also want to maximize how much you get, and it's also vice versa for the buyer. You don't want to pay 10% extra. You don't want to pay tax, for example, if you're buying big chunks. Then you got the OTC that really works for these kind of people. It's almost like a private trade desk. So that's how it's going to be, right into our DEX. We're very, very excited about that. Actually, I think that's something that's missing the market. I know there are some competitors doing it, but the way we do it with our UI and UX and the design, I think we can do it like in a way that people are really going to start coming to us. And it really allows us to ramp up our partnerships. and start, bringing in people and projects talking about our DEX more, which essentially will get more eyes on our DEX, which gets us more volume. And then we want to be at the stage where we generate a very good amount of volume every week, so that when we do switch on the revenue mechanism of a small amount of fee, that it can actually generate enough revenue to really sustain Pineapple as an organization. And this will allow us to slowly, with the Pineapple Express product, this revenue here, that revenue there, to slowly slim down our taxation, because the aim of the game is to reduce our taxation to 0, right? And then also that would allow us to work with centralized exchanges as well, much, much easier. I mean, I have contacts with all of them. The reason why we're not on centralized exchange is because it's not the right thing for us now, but we will be in the future. And we had a few whales that really said, I wanted to be on a centralized exchange before I drop 50K, 100K. So we're always aiming for, getting to the next step. And we will generate fees from the OTC desk. So it's not going to be 0 fees like our desk. There's going to be a very small fee. So we're automatically activating a new revenue generating thing within our DEX, right? So right now, as a company, with the market conditions going low, we're always thinking about how can we generate more revenue. I know a few people have asked, because you guys are, and it's not FUD, by the way, guys. It's you guys are interested to know how are we going to keep the business running, right? And as a CEO, it's really my target to make sure that we can sustain the team so that we can grow, not just now, but also in the bear market, right? I don't want to be that kind of project that has to fire everybody in the bear market and have 1, 2 people working on it, because essentially then we're not really building anymore. So this is the aim of the game now. There's a lot more in the works, right? We have things like charting, advanced account systems on the DEX. We've got JuiceBot V2 coming out very, very soon. We're on the final stages. New architecture has been built. It's very smooth. We're testing it. Very, very happy with it. Pineapple Express, obviously, we're waiting for the MDEV token to finalize before we really go into announce the next project. It's a very, very good project. I think it has a lot of potential as a business model. So super excited for that. Obviously, we're going to also create a podcast. By the way, guys, if you haven't seen the podcast of MotionDEV, we've booked a very nice studio in London, and me and the CEO of MotionDEV, Florian Otto, we sat there for a good 3 hours, which was, I believe it was 350 gig for our creative team to cut, and they really spend a lot of time. So if you have the time, I would urge you to watch it, to learn more about them, but to also see, that we are doing it a bit different to what the average organization is doing. And that being said, it's not really an AMA, but I will take maybe 1, 2 questions, Why not? Let's take a few questions, 1, 2 questions before I have to go.
Okay, do you need help here?
Not necessarily, unless you found a good question, Veronica. I can see the what's this MotionDEV bringing to the Web3 space? That's a more MotionDEV question, guys. They have a community. Feel free to go there and ask them, or feel free to check the podcast. The podcast will explain this very, very well. Thanks, that's Kitsito. I can't wait either, to be honest. It's not just because it's the first Pineapple Express launch, but because we really worked hard on this, right? We really integrated our team, supported them, and they're a very, very great team. I'm quite certain they would have done very well without us, but with our team combined, the marketing power, the creative output, the conversations we're having with them, the CEO, the kind of talent he's finding, and they're joining the team, super excited, product CPOs and stuff like that. So, he lives in London. I've met him a few times. Really love Florian. Very talkative. I think he's going to be very, very good when it comes to AMAs, when it comes to actually presenting himself and the project, which I think as a CEO is super, super needed. I know there's a lot of incubators out there, guys, where their CEOs are not, or the team are not even doxed, So this is something that we're doing different. We're really launching super talented projects, and you guys will also see with the next launch that the applications that are coming to us, we're getting lots of applications, but the ones that we're accepting, it's a very long, thorough process. We've been talking to them for almost a month now, making sure everything is really, really good and sweet before we even start working with them. When is the next Launchpad project coming? That one's going to be announced after the MDEV. We don't want to take anything away from MotionDEV at the moment. So I also think some people are confused in terms of how the whitelist work, blah, blah. So we really want to make sure this first launch is good. Once it's good and everything is done and dusted and people understand it. And by the way, our community are also acting as ambassadors, right, guys? Because you guys understand how it works. There's going to be people coming and joining our community for the next launch that you guys can support us with the answers. So everything becomes a much easier process. The rhythm works and it becomes much smoother, where we can actually start announcing the next project, and then before that launch, announce the next one, for example. So don't worry, we have things in the pipeline. If it's a concern of pipeline thing, we have lots of projects, and because we have lots of projects, we can really select the best of the best. I don't think these projects would launch with any other incubator. They're really coming to us because of the talent we have. They're seeing our brand. They're really liking what we're doing. And also word of mouth, right? We had one really good project coming from MotionDEV side, and they said, hey, Florian has told us how much you're supporting them, and we would like the support too. When Siri Pineapple Dex campaign rewards will distribute? This is a community question, please. I have no idea when it comes to that specifically. That's a marketing question, so I'll leave that out. All right, guys, I can't see any questions coming in. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I think we have, someone said 1,000 people almost. It's crazy, man. So congratulations to the winners. We're going to announce the winners again in 1 week. Burn to earn. So if you didn't win, don't worry. You can get, you can burn tokens to get, to still get MDEV tokens, and these will be airdropped to you again. So these are the winners, plus the top one, Veronica, as well. But if we can just announce that in the community and stuff like that with the #1 winner, don't forget, because these are just the top 4. And we call it a day, guys. I'm going to have an AMA, I believe, next week, where we're going to be talking more dev-related stuff, where we're going to be talking about what's all the updates and these kind of things. We're also going to have another lottery for the 2 staking tiers that are below the inner circle, that are not guaranteed, but also. And yeah, a lot more coming in November, with the Pineapple Express launch and all that sort of stuff. Super excited. Thank you for listening in, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.